You're listening to the New York Sports Show, the #1 all New York sports podcast. Hosted by Dominic Konareski.
The New York Jets are officially moving on from Zach Wilson. Tim Boyle has been named starter for this Black Friday game against the Miami Dolphins. This is Boyle's fourth career start. All three of his previous starts came on his Detroit Lions days. He is yet to win as a starter. We saw him play against the Buffalo Bills, but you cannot base on how he's going to do Friday against the AFC East leading Dolphins on how he played against the Bills. He came in for throwaway minutes, garbage time, having receivers, tight ends, and blockers who were ready to go home. The Jets got blown out. Nevertheless, Boyle went 50% passing, 7 for 14 for 33 yards, and threw an interception. But as I said, you cannot base off how he's going to possibly play Friday on how he played last night against the Buffalo Bills. It's unfair to do that, and you really cannot get a good example on how Tim Boyle could play. Now, if you want to get an example, look at the preseason. Yes, he threw multiple interceptions in the Jets preseason, but he looked good out there. In fact, I think he looked better than Zach Wilson in the preseason, but you could also argue and say it's not that hard to play better and look better than Zach Wilson. I truly think, though, that this is the end of Zach Wilson. How many times are you going to bench him during games and during the regular season? He was benched for Mike White. He was benched for Chris Streveler. And now he's being benched for Tim Boyle. A healthy Zach Wilson is not going to play because he just simply cannot play good football. And how many more chances are the Jets going to give Zach Wilson? If I was Joe Douglas, I would go out this upcoming draft and get a quarterback, because Aaron Rodgers will be back for next season, and have a young QB lawn under Rodgers. You cannot keep going forward, or trying at least to go forward, with Zach Wilson, who is leading one of the worst offenses ever. And you could say it's a big Nathaniel Hackett issue. But at the same time, Zach Wilson continues to make the same mistakes he has made since day one in a gangrene uniform. Nathaniel Hackett is playing a big role in the Jets' offensive woes, but he's not the sole contributor to what has been an absolute mudslide of a season. I do think that Tim Boyle, right now at least, is the better option. I'm excited to see what he could do.